To Budapest now, where organisers of the LGBTQ Pride Parade are planning to go ahead with the annual march in defiance of a ban by Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orban. Rainbow flags have been hung around the city in preparation for the parade, which is being supported by Budapest's mayor, an opponent of Orban. Hungary's ruling coalition amended laws this year to ban the event. Orban warned that police could break up the event and said organisers and attendees faced legal consequences, including prison sentences and fines. Right, for more, I'm now joined by DW Senior International Correspondent Fanny Facsar, who is covering this Pride event for us in Budapest. Good to see you, Fanny. As discussed, this is a banned Pride event. How is it even possible that it's taking place, and why?
It's a really good question. If this is deemed illegal, why is it that thousands of people are actually gathering here behind us, ready to celebrate what they say is under threat, and that is equality, that is making sure the human rights are upheld also here in Hungary? The short answer why people are turning out is actually on these banners behind me that say freedom and love cannot be banned, but in their view what should be banned is this system of Prime Minister Viktor Orban. And then of course you have to look at the fact we are in Budapest, the capital of Hungary. So people here are rather more liberal compared to other parts of Hungary, the rural areas. They are rather inclined to turn out when it comes to protests against the government. But here what I find very important, that in fact also people are turning out who've never been to any Pride event before, because they say if one part of society is being threatened, then any other part of the society can be threatened as well. So they feel it really necessary to turn out. And then, of course, the city has a rather liberal mayor, Gergely Karácsony internationally, who says, look, there is a way to circumvent this ban, and that's what he did, by simply saying that this Pride event is going to be organized as a municipal event, which then cannot be going under this new assembly law, which actually says that this event cannot take place. The question now is what the police is going to do, because there is a bit of a dilemma. The police also bans this event. On the other hand, as long as it remains peaceful, they actually have to make sure that participants are protected.
Yeah, what is Orban saying about the consequences for those around you who are taking part today?
He indicated yesterday, actually, that the new law, this new amended assembly law that basically says that LGBTQ plus events could potentially harm children mentally, physically, that this new law does not need to be enforced aggressively, which then could mean that it's not going to be dispersed, that this crowd is not going to be dispersed by the police aggressively. He did say, however, that there's going to be some sort of a legal consequence to people participating, which, according to the law, then would mean that people will be fined. That could be anywhere from up to €5 that people then need to pay right here on the spot for participating. But as you see already, there are thousands of people, so just in practical terms, how is that going to happen? What I find actually more important here at this point, that it's not just this Pride event that is deemed illegal that is taking place right now in Budapest, or is about to start because the march did not start yet, but also there are so-called anti-Pride events which have not been banned, and they've been organized by far-right movements, far-right groups, but also a far-right party. And the question is whether there's going to be a potential clash between these groups and what the police then exactly is going to do.
Just quickly before we go, Fanny, with all of that as the backdrop, what are people telling you as to why they are willing to take this risk?
Because they say it's about the basic right. It is about dignity. It's about equality. And that is to be there and to exist for everyone, regardless whether you are heterosexual, homosexual. In fact, regardless who you are, you should have the freedom to be who you want to be. So they want to take a stance. They want to show that they are not scared, even though some people I've been speaking to are actually concerned, because as I said before, they do not know how the police is going to act as this Pride event is going to unfold here. But overall, what I keep hearing here, that people say it is important to be here, regardless whether you've been at Pride before or not, because it's more than just Pride today. It's about making sure that any form of democratic rules are protected in Hungary, which after all is part of the European Union.
DW Senior International Correspondent Fanny Facsar in Budapest. Many thanks.